Hello friends, I'm in Seattle. I'm going out to enjoy the nature, and I'll share with you a couple of stories on life and leadership. And let me share with you my challenge that I'm a survivor of brain stroke in the year of 2021. And I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and share with your networks. So this is the home where my younger son Ramakrishna Sai lives, and you can see the villas in and around our home in Seattle. And now I'll walk and talk. And my name is Professor M.S. Rao. I have authored 53 books, including the award-winning book titled See the Light in You, for which the Nobel laureate, His Holiness Dalai Lama, has written a foreword. I have 43 years of diversified experience, including in Air Force, business, teaching and training. I'm a late bloomer, dyslexic, with the ADHD and OCD. Add to that the brain stroke worsened my health in the year 2021. I'm 61 years old and I don't get any pension. I don't have any regular income. I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. I don't have two-wheeler, I don't have four-wheeler. Lots of challenges I am having. I have mental challenges, physical challenges and financial challenges. Despite having these challenges, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix. So be positive about life. Life is all about possibilities. Never give up. I'm a storyteller and I create stories to impact humankind. So I introduced myself. Now I will share with you certain aspects. Now I will briefly talk about Seattle story. That means so Seattle story means I am in Seattle. And the currently the weather is very pleasant, but it's cold, and we are in fall season. And more than 3 months I am in Seattle, and I came to Seattle for the first time, and I am walking with my wife to enjoy the nature. I have a chronic back pain since 2007 because of my continuous sitting and writing. So I have challenges, chronic back pain, then brain stroke in the year 2021, and I have internal allergies, and my right portion of the body was paralyzed, but I started walking, but still I can't walk comfortably. My right shoulder is numb and I can't type with my right hand, and I can't eat with my right hand. So lots of challenges. So hopefully I'll get back to my feet and I'll walk comfortably, and I'll be able to write and eat with my right hand. So these are all the challenges. So now you can see the long view of Seattle with mountains, because the winter is approaching very fast, and there won't be much rain. Usually there will be a rain during the fall season. Now since we are entering into winter, so you will find snow in this place. Now there is no snow, but you can see snow from the long distance. Seattle is a very beautiful place, and people are amicable and adjustable, and they respect diversity, they respect LGBT, and there is a lot of freedom, but again it is subject to rules and regulations. And I came to USA for the first time, and I am with my wife, and I am in Seattle. 5 years back I planned to come to USA, but things didn't materialize. COVID, and then again I had a brain stroke, so lots of challenges. So first time I came to USA, I am enjoying the life in Seattle. Seattle is very beautiful, very nice, very clean and tidy, very less people. Sometimes people say that I feel that there are more cars than the people of Seattle. I feel like fine. Seattle and Bellevue are closely connected, and both Seattle and Bellevue are just like the twin cities of Telangana in India. And Bellevue is just, I think, 20 minutes drive from here where we are living, and there are 2 airports in Seattle, and you can hear the sounds of aircraft in Seattle, and which is very close to the place where we are living in Seattle. So you can hear the sounds of aircraft. There are some companies, they are doing good in Seattle. Some of them are Boeing, Alaska Airlines, Costco, Nordstrom, Amazon, Microsoft, Starbucks. So these are all the companies, they are doing good. There are lots of startups mushrooming, and majority of the startups fail. They wind up, then again they start. So Seattle thrives with entrepreneurship. I believe both Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, the richest people in the world, are living in Seattle. So Seattle is rich, and it's a very expensive city, and it is more expensive than Dallas. But again, Seattle is lesser expensive than New York. So then it differs from place to place, and it depends on the cost of living. It's a very expensive city, and but it's very pleasant. It's full of hills, mountain areas, and the roads are not standard. You will find ups and downs because we are in the mountain area. So so here is Seattle supermarket. This is a junction. You will get outlets here. You can purchase groceries items here. Lucky Food Market. Then that is gas stations are there, and Foley Market, Delhi. So lots of shops are here, and people can go and purchase. So I'm just waiting for at the junction. So once I get the clearance at the junction, then I'll walk forward. So this Seattle thrives with entrepreneurship. As you know, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. The people took their first steps, and they succeeded as entrepreneurs like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos started from garage, and he started with books, and he has got a couple of companies, and is I think one of the top 5 richest persons in the world. So this is about Jeff Bezos. So entrepreneurship is thriving, and entrepreneurship is very close to one of my areas. Usually I write books on leadership, mindfulness, and one of the books I mentioned about entrepreneurship, which is yet to be published. So entrepreneurship is for brave-hearted, not for faint-hearted. So it involves lots of challenges, and every moment things will change. So you should be prepared for challenges and changes. You have to embrace failures, and you have to embrace technology, so that you will be able to succeed. It's like, learning, unlearning, and relearning. So when you do so, you will be successful. And above all, a little bit of luck factor is required. My way of life is all about pluck and luck. So pluck means courage, and luck means the decision making. And then again, decision making can't be predicted. People make decisions with some positive motives, but sometimes things don't work out and people fail. Even I wanted to become an entrepreneur, and I tried, but it didn't work out. Then finally I became a faculty member in the year 2007. That was a different story, but you must try for entrepreneurship. And life is a risk. Life is full of risk, full of ups and downs, and we don't know what happens next. So when you talk about entrepreneurship, it is riskier than life, because there are lots of stakeholders you have to manage, and you have to coordinate, and you have to move to achieve the desired outcomes. So overall, I encourage entrepreneurship, and if you succeed, fine. If you fail, no problem. Learn lessons and move on. That's all. This is briefly about Seattle story. Now I'll talk about my own philosophy, which I just started a fortnight ago. I'm an author, researcher, and I'm creative and curious by nature, and I create models, methods, frameworks, perspectives, rules. Then an idea has flashed on my mind to create my own philosophy a fortnight ago. So then I noted down, and I maintain documents, Word documents with different triggers, ideas, and every method, every rule, and every perspective Every philosophy has got its own specific documents and templates. Everything I created, and I keep them in their respective folders. So a fortnight ago, when I was walking, I had an idea to create my own philosophy. Then I noted down on Word document after I returned from walk. Then I started exploring. Then when I googled what is Professor M.S. philosophy, then I was so excited that Google search engine showed that Professor M.S. Rao's philosophy is health first, education second, and wealth third. He harnesses technology. So I felt very happy. Then when I googled from first page to rest of the pages, then I came across what is your leadership philosophy, which I wrote and published. Then I mentioned about Socrates, then the 3 filter test, attitude, and these things I mentioned on my books, and I mentioned in my teaching and training programs. So I felt very, very happy to work on this philosophy. Then I created a couple of aspects within a fortnight. Some of the aspects I emphasize are God, universe, power, ethics, empathy, humanity, meaning. So these are all the things I jotted down. Then I started working on that. Then I searched the Google for Socrates. Then again, so I came to that Socrates was the first. Is the father of. Is known as the father of philosophy. And Socrates I admire because I often mention about Socrates. So then I searched. Then I started doing research and created created lots of documents, and so like this I started my journey. So I also created template to interview me. So if anybody is interested, they will interview me. And so as I go along, people ask more and more questions. Then I explore and create more things. That's how I do it. In teaching also, I didn't know anything about teaching in the year 2007, but I learnt teaching of my own. Nobody taught me, nobody guided me. I started reading books. Then I gradually became a faculty member by trial and error method, and I became a passionate educator in the year 2007. So like this, so lot of research is will do, and I will also publish a book of my philosophy. Not now. Once I get back to my feet, once I overcome my health challenges. So there is some divine force that drives me, that keeps me moving forward. And people say it's God, or I say it's a divine power, and I say it's a spark that drives me to keep moving forward. So I kept moving because I had a brain stroke in the year 2021. I was on the bed with lots of challenges. Doctors thought that I won't survive. A guy beside my bed died during the second lockdown in India due to COVID. So doctors thought that I won't survive, but I survived. Second thing was that doctors felt that I would be on the bed forever. Then again I proved them wrong. that I started walking. So now the third aspect is that I'll improve my the mobility of my right hand and overcome my numbness of my right shoulder. Then I'll type and I'll eat with my right hand. So I'm very positive and optimistic. So some of the aspects I would like to share through my philosophy. And it takes time. It's my lifetime philosophy. I want to create a lifetime philosophy so that I can impact humankind. So that's what I'm thinking about my philosophy. Next I will talk about Professor M.S. 4 a.m. rule. Just let me take a moment because it's very cold. My just hold it. It's very cold in Seattle, so I am rubbing both hands to create friction and heat, so that I can hold my smartphone with my left hand. And I can't hold my smartphone with my right hand because my right hand is problematic. So I'm creating friction and heat. So luckily my wife is with me, and I'm going out with my wife to enjoy the nature. And otherwise it would have been difficult for me to do both the things. So I want to talk about Professor M.S. 4 a.m. rule. And so before I start about Professor M.S. 4 a.m. rule, I'll share with you my challenge that I am uploading only raw videos because I am not a digital savvy. And why I am recording my videos is that I want to keep them as my memories. I am already 61. I want to keep them. I want to keep my memories on my YouTube channel, so that people will like and share with their networks. And when I walk and talk, first of all I go for a walk, so I improve my mobility. Second thing, I share stories and enjoy the nature. And third thing is that I record things and share with the people. And just a moment. So I'm standing here. So I am recording and I am sharing my memories. So I am walking and talking and enjoying the nature, and I am recording. Then again what I am doing is that I am sharing my knowledge, because this is how I manage my time. One way I walk, and second I enjoy the nature. Third thing I record, and fourth thing I share my knowledge. Because if people like some of my aspects, that serves my purpose. So that's the reason why I am recording and sharing. Despite having health challenges, despite having lots of limitations, I am passionate about acquiring my knowledge and sharing my knowledge. Despite having health challenges and financial challenges, but still I am sharing my knowledge. I have 4 blogs and I have 3 YouTube channels and I upload raw videos. That's how I am doing. So I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and share with your networks so that you can get notifications. And when people share my knowledge with others, so I feel very happy that I am impacting others. We can't impact the entire world, but whatever is possible within my resources and within my limitations, I do my best. When you cast a stone on the water, you will find the ripples, right? So too many drops will become a mighty ocean. So like that, when people come together and collaborate, so we get the desired results, and we can impact the world in a positive way. So that's the reason why I am doing. So now I'll briefly explain about Professor M.S. Rao's 4 a.m. rule. So then again, it's very cold, so I'll wait for a moment and I'll rub both hands to create a heat. It's very cold. Just just it's very hold it, Baba. So luckily my wife is holding my smartphone. So this is possible now only because again when I go to India I won't be able to record. Why? Because I'll be going to gym. Now I don't go to gym, so I'm working. So this is how I'm managing my time. So I started Professor M.S. Rao's 4 a.m. rule. I started this rule. Why I started? Because I'm an Indian Air Force veteran. That's one thing. I started going for a health run in the Indian Air Force when I was 18 years old. So that was the reason of waking up every day morning. Second thing is that I have been waking up in the morning at 4 o'clock since 2007. Second aspect. Third aspect is that I create knowledge, generate knowledge and destroy the unwanted knowledge. So this is the third factor. So keeping these three things, I started Professor M.S. Rao's 4 a.m. rule, and I started on 31st October 2024. I think it's recently. And 31st October 2024 was unique in my life because that was my birthday. Second thing was it was a Halloween day. Third thing was I was born on Thursday. And fourth thing was that it was a Diwali day. So it was a festival of lights. So because of these factors, I started Professor M.S. Rao's 4 a.m. rule. So I'll briefly explain about Professor M.S. Rao's 4 a.m. rule. I wake up every day morning at 4 o'clock. I create knowledge and I generate knowledge because I have 43 years of diverse experience. Then I integrate 43 years of diverse experience with my 61 years of my life through observation. So I generate knowledge and I share my knowledge. And at the end of the day, I remove unwanted things from my folders and documents, and I prepare a to-do list of what I have to do for the next day morning. So precisely I am the creator, I am the generator, and I am the destroyer. So this is the core philosophy of Professor M.S. Rao's 4 a.m. rule. So this sun is favorable, but still it's very cold. Okay. So every day morning 4 o'clock I wake up, then I read a lot, write a lot. Of course, for the last 3.5 years I am not able to type with my right hand. It's problematic. For after the brain stroke, for 1 year I was not able to understand. So I started watching videos because I wanted to learn either through video or audio, whatever the source. So, but after 1 year of the brain stroke, I was able to connect the dots, but still I am not able to type and write. So I create, I generate and destroy unwanted things. Daily undertake 3 tasks. The important tasks I undertake, and I'll work on them and troubleshoot and resolve them. I got fairly better results by following Professor M.S. 4 rule. And how I got fair results is that I before everyday night I give commands to my subconscious mind of what I have to do for the next day morning. So I give commands to my subconscious mind, and next day morning when I wake up, I do things automatically because already I gave commands to my subconscious mind before going to bed. So next day morning I do automatically, and I get I focus clearly, and I get fair results by following this one. And when you wake up in the morning, the entire day will be under your control. You can limit distractions, and you will be focused, and you will achieve your goals. And when you follow Professor M.S. 4 rule, you can check dementia, you can check depression, you can check decision fatigue, and people have got dementia, which is related to Alzheimer's disease, and people in USA have Alzheimer's disease. It's a cause for concern. So when you follow Professor M.S. Professor M.S. 4 rule, it helps you in many ways. So I implore you to go for meditation, go for swimming, go for walking, pursue your hobbies, and so when you do so, you will be able to enjoy your life. Not only that one, you will get joy. So when you follow this Professor M.S. 4 rule, you can integrate your physical energies, mental energies, spiritual energies, and emotional energies, and you get healthy. You become healthy. So this is how you can get results. And you can go for walking, which is easy. You can go for swimming, which is better, because when you swim, the entire body is the entire body is put to work, because you are floating on the water. And I was a gold medalist in swimming in the year 2007 in a district. I won a gold medalist in a district, and so that was one thing. And so you can go for swimming. If you don't have any swimming pool, what you can do is go for meditation. So what you can do is that go for meditation and enjoy solitude. Go to a serene place and enjoy. So you will get peace, happy, and you will get joy. Okay, so these are all the things. Nowadays people are emphasizing on meditation. There are people are emphasizing on work-life integration. So you can do it, and so become an early bird. I am an early bird. And then again, people have got different circadian. People have circadian rhythm. That's we call it as a body clock. So everyone has a unique pattern. So I have my own circadian clock, body clock. So I wake up morning and night. I do things. 10 o'clock I work, and in between I take a break. So that's what I am following. So let me take a moment. It's a very beautiful place. It's an excellent viewpoint. See, you can hear the sounds. This is a Delta aircraft, I think. So people are enjoying their lives in the USA. They are following multiple passions. They are very happy, and America is the world's number one country, not only in money wise, in all aspects. Of course they have their own challenges, that is a different aspect, but as on today America is the world's number one company and world's number one country in all aspects. So friends, you can see the excellent viewpoint. This is medical center. This is Jefferson Park, where people play golf, and they also do practice golf, rehearse. And as you can see the excellent viewpoint here, you can see snow, mountains, excellent viewpoints. You can see Space Needle. You can see Pacific Ocean. So it's an excellent viewpoint here. You can enjoy it. I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. So now I'll walk and talk about Professor M.S. 4 a.m. rule. So everyone has a circadian clock, rhythm, body clock. So and some people are night owls. They enjoy. They wake up late. Night owls. They wait up to the night. They will be there, and they do work. But ideally, it's good if you wake up in the morning. If you are an early bird or early individual, morning person, it's good. But again, here is a challenge, because people have their own circadian rhythm, and secondly, people work at different sectors and different areas, so we can't force them, because people have got their organizational commitments, so they will work according to their own convenience at their own pace. So we can't force, but it's advisable if you wake up every day morning. So this is briefly about Professor M.S. 4 a.m. rule, and I published, I talked about my morning routine, and I published about my morning routine, either directly or indirectly, in various magazines and journals. I published 53 books, and I published 300 research papers, and I published more than 1,000 articles in my life. In the sense, since 2007 onwards, I started my research and creative process. So I impacted a lot, because I am very much focused on what I am doing, and I do it, and I got results, and I got fair results because of being an early bird. And all these things I did being a morning person, and I don't have any friends. Books are my friends. So I'm a bookworm. I enjoy reading books, and my life is all about my books. I love books. So this is about my life and books. So friends, I implore you to wake up in the morning 4 o'clock, so that the entire day will be under your control. You can achieve peace, happiness, joy, and you can achieve performance and productivity. And there are some people, they are early birds. If you look at Steve Jobs, I think he wakes up at 3:45. When you look at Bob Iger, I think from CEO of Disney, he wakes up at morning 4 o'clock. So being an early bird is a nice thing. Okay, now I introduced myself, then I talked about Seattle story, then I talked about Professor M.S. 4 rule, and I talked about philosophy, which I started a fortnight ago. So like that I keep doing lots of things. So now next I will briefly talk about my life journey. Just first of all, let me take a moment. It's very cold, and just a moment. It's very cold. It's very cold. I think I'll be coming out. I'll go out for a week. Good evening. Good morning. I hope I'll continue walking for a week. But after a week, I don't think I'll be able to walk because it's very cold. Weather is not favorable. So let me see how it works. So first, now I'm creating friction to create heat by rubbing my both hands. Luckily, my wife is there to support. So I will briefly explain about my life. So let me take a moment now. Here is an excellent viewpoint. I'll show you. Then I'll start my brief life. In the sense, I'll briefly talk about my life. So first, let me enjoy the viewpoint. So this is an excellent viewpoint. You can see Space Needle, skyscrapers, tall buildings. You can see T-Mobile Park. You can see Pacific Ocean and buildings and bridges. So all those things you can see here, and you can see this one Jefferson Park. Then you can see medical center. So this is an excellent viewpoint. I request you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, share with your networks. I create stories and share my stories to impact humankind. Some of my stories resonates, that serves my purpose. So now I am walking forward. So I'll briefly about my life. I was born on October 31st, 1963 in a tiny village, and I was born into a toxic family, and my childhood was chaotic because I could not enjoy my childhood. And I worked with my father, and I used to support my father, and we had a tea stall, and sometimes I used to sit at the cash counter. Sometimes I used to collect cash. Sometimes I used to clean dishes. Sometimes I used to prepare tea. So something like that. So I could not enjoy my childhood. Apart from that, my father was a litigant and alcoholic. It was very challenging, and my mother is a disaster. And I was born into a toxic family, and so I can't help. So where an individual is born, and the place of birth, time of the birth, all those things are not our control. But what we can do is we can create our own destiny. Your future depends in your hands. So avoid whining, avoid criticizing, avoid condemning, and so instead, empathize with others, let go and move on. So forget the bad memories, forget the toxic family where I was born into. So at the age of 18, I discontinued my degree and joined Indian Air Force on February 4th, 1982. Really, I was very lucky that I joined Indian Air Force, and I came out of the toxic family, and I was grateful to Indian Air Force because it gave me an opportunity to serve my country. And I grew as a healthy citizen and as a leader after I joined the Indian Air Force. Then again, people might think that I was a commissioned officer, but the reality was that I served in the lowest rank of a corporal for 12 years in the Indian Air Force. I acquired a couple of qualifications through private education, and I acquired qualifications, 6 qualifications I earned, such as DME from Aeronautical Engineering from Indian Air Force, BSc, which I discontinued, then continued from Andhra University, that is BSc. Then I got my MBA from distance education. Then I got MA in sociology from Ajmer University. Then I got PGDCLL from Jodhpur University, which I did when I was in the Jodhpur. When serving in the Air Force, I attended night college. Then I got my PGDBM from Ministry of Defense. So these were the 6 qualifications I earned from the Indian Air Force. All these things were through private education, not through regular education. Whatever the qualifications that I earned were through private education and from different areas, because the basic problem with me was that I didn't have any coach, I didn't have any guide, and I didn't have any mentor. So whatever came on the way, I started accepting, and I was moving. So that's why there was no consistency in my education. 6 qualifications I earned: DME, BSc, MA, MBA, PGDCLL, all were through different areas. Whatever came across, I accepted. But the only consistency in my life was that I was passionate about acquiring knowledge. That was the only consistency. Then my father-in-law, when I was serving the Indian Force, my father-in-law invited me to join for business. I joined. Unfortunately, my father-in-law and brother-in-law backstabbed and betrayed. So I landed in further problems. First of all, toxic family members. Secondly, setbacks and betrayal by my own father-in-law and brother-in-law. Then I did business, which didn't work out. Then I left business and became a faculty member in the year 2007. So then 2007 I took admission for PhD, and let me share with you the thing here is that education helped me overcome adversity, because when I had business challenges, then I became a faculty member. For that, MBA was required, and luckily I had MBA. Of course, I had other qualifications. The MBA was required to become a faculty member. Then I became a faculty member, and the salary, I worked in a private college. Salary was around 8,000 or 9,000, and I survived with my wife and 2 sons. We led a very challenging life. Then 2010 December was the turning point. I took admission for a PhD, and for that some guidelines, some fee was required. Then again, some requirements were there. Then I gave the printouts of my articles that I published when I was in the Northeast India. I used to write a lot in those days, in serving in the Air Force only, just like contributing. And then again I published in various magazines, competitive magazines. So I took out the printouts and submitted to my guide, and paid the fee in the month of December. And I was very lucky that I joined. And 2008 January, rules were changed, and fee was hiked, and rules were changed. If the rules were changed, and if the fee was if I didn't apply, if I didn't pay the fee, and if the rules were changed, I wouldn't have become I wouldn't have got admission for PhD. So from this video, so what you can understand is that whatever comes on the way, you must accept and move on. You should not delay the things. So the decision was right at that time, and universe, the power of universe, I would say in that way, that helped. And I joined for PhD in 2007 December, and 2011 I got my PhD in soft skills. That was the 7th qualification. I just wanted to pursue postdoctoral course. I applied for a postdoctoral course from Harvard in the year 2016. Unfortunately, I was about to get enrolled for a PhD postdoctoral course. I missed the opportunity by a whisker, and I was rejected for postdoctoral course from Harvard. It was a very painful thing in my life. If I had got my postdoctoral if I got a postdoctoral course from Harvard, my life would have been changed better, and I would have got money, opportunities, networking, everything. So I lost everything. So I had lots of challenges in my life, all setbacks. and I wanted to become a commissioned officer in the Indian Air Force. I was shortlisted first time, and subsequent 2 attempts I was rejected by Indian Air Force to become an officer. So these are all the setbacks that are visible, but there are lots of setbacks in my life, family wise and in-laws side. Everywhere I had challenges. The major challenge in my life was I had a brain stroke and collapse. So life is like that. So but despite all the challenges, I am walking and talking and sharing my knowledge and impacting the humankind. So then 2010 I started writing books. Then I published 53 books. And then again, when I started writing books on self-help, I started with self-help, personal development book, Secrets for Success. Then I wrote books on education, learning, training, executive coaching, then diversity, mindfulness. So again, here also there was no consistency. So the problem with me was that I didn't have any coach, I didn't have any guide. And another aspect was that I didn't have any sponsors and nobody funded for my education, and even government of India has not given any funds. So everything I have to do of my own only. So these are all the challenges. Then I just wanted to again, I worked in private colleges in Telangana. Then what happened? The private colleges were not paying salaries on time. Sometimes they didn't pay salaries. This was the situation. So I had to struggle a lot, but somehow I managed, and I provided education for my 2 sons. So that helped my Ph.D. helped me. The education helped me overcome my adversity, and similarly the education I right from my childhood I encouraged my 2 sons. So my 2 sons are postgraduates. So I am happy that my 2 sons are leading their own paths. It's for them to create their own destinies. So whatever is possible I did it, despite several challenges, betrayals, so many things. 2007 onwards I had problems, and we lived in a single bedroom rented flat in the year I think 2007 onwards. My wife, my 2 sons and I lived in single bedroom rented flat, and it was around 400 SFT, and we didn't have any cot for more than a decade, and you can understand the kind of challenges. And private colleges were not paying, and the money was not sufficient. So lots of challenges I encountered for more than a decade, and somehow I managed and led my 2 sons. Then again, at that time only, my siblings, they backstabbed and betrayed, and they have taken my money, property and everything. So they exploited my kindness. They exploited me, and I landed in further problems. So these are all the challenges. I am only sharing small things. So much major challenges I have never shared. So nobody came forward to support us financially. Nobody funded me. On the other hand, I funded for the education of one of my friends. I funded for the education of my sister. Then I gave money for constructing the home, and I gave my money for purchasing gold. And my own siblings, they have exploited my kindness and backstabbed, and they have taken all my properties. These are all the challenges of my life. So that's why I don't entertain people that easily. So I take my own precautions. We can't say that all are like that. I was cursed with rogue relatives, and I was blessed with good friends from Indian Air Force. So I am what I am because of my good friends from Indian Air Force. So life taught me several lessons. I learnt lessons and moved on. So I want to write a book tentatively titled Survivor, where in this book I will share about my brain stroke, back pain, and betrayal by my father-in-law and brother-in-law, and the toxic family I was born into. And I will share all these things through storytelling and create a memoir which is tentatively titled Survivor, and publish globally. So first I have to improve my health first. So when I improve my health, then I will definitely write a memoir, and it will be a game changer in my life. I want to prove my critics wrong. So I believe in positivity. I believe in optimism, and I am positive by nature, and my blood group is B positive. So I am very positive, and I am very resilient. I never give up. I persevere a lot. So life is an opportunity. Life is a gift from God. So enjoy every moment of your life. Don't condemn, don't criticize, and don't condemn others. So it's very cold. So now I have to go. It's more than 1 hour. So I will reach home now. Just a minute. Just a moment. It's very cold. Oh, just a minute, please. It's very cold in Seattle. It's very pleasant, but I'm not able to cope up with the cold. So I am creating heat by rubbing both hands so that I can hold my smartphone for some time. Luckily, my wife is with me to support. So I'll briefly share with you about my brain stroke. I mentioned about I wrote books in different genre. So one of the books I published during the first lockdown was Human Search for Meaning. This is the book title, and during the COVID-19 was declared as a pandemic in 2019, and World Health Organization declared it as a pandemic. We didn't take it too seriously, but it shook the world, and people understood the life, how fragile the life is. And first lockdown, even I was taking it very light, but we were all at home only. We didn't come out because of the COVID. Then I utilized my time to attend for interviews. Then again, I wrote a book, Human Search for Meaning. That was the book I published 2020. And that book I have dedicated to Sri Narendra Modi, the present Prime Minister of India. He is the third term PM, and I have dedicated to him. So So that it went on okay. So I utilized my time and published a book, COVID-19 Human Search for Meaning. That was the book title. And I published a couple of articles also. Then during the second lockdown was has ruined my health and everything. And my wife and I had COVID. And my wife recovered, even I was recovering from COVID. And after a week, I collapsed because of brain stroke. I didn't know what was going on. Luckily, my wife took me. My wife and my elder son took me to a hospital, and it was the most critical situation in my life. Why? Because lack of cylinders at that time, and second lockdown was clamped. 2 beds were not available, and one guy died in the gully in the same street, and we didn't have money, and we were shifted to 3 ambulances. Then we were put in the hospital in ICU, and I was not able to understand because of the stroke. I had short-term memory issues, and doctors and hospital, they fully exploited the situation. They took they charged heavily, and luckily my younger son paid the bills. Around 10 lakhs we spent. Then we came to home. Then we did the physiotherapy exercises. I did the physiotherapy exercises, and for 1 year I was at home, and so lots of challenges, and nobody came forward to support. On the other hand, people have backstabbed and betrayed. So life taught me so many lessons. When you are successful, everybody will come behind you. When you fail, even your shadow will not come to you. So this is the lesson I have learned in my life. Of course, I experienced and learned in my life. So friends, this is about brain stroke. For 1 year I had challenges. Then I started walking. I was going with my wife and walking and talking. Just let me take a moment here. We'll buy something, some groceries here. Yeah, come. Come on. This is a grocery shop, so we have come here for shopping. So we have come for purchasing groceries. This is a departmental store where we can purchase groceries, some vegetables, other aspects. So this is a vegetable section. So here you can purchase mirchi. Okay, then come. So you stand there. Huh?
What is it? What is it? I know, but I'm not. What kind of cheese?
So I have come here to purchase some groceries.
Can you take me? Can you take me because I can do that? Can you take me see what I need and I can say? Yeah, can you take me what you have and then I look at it and then I see because I don't remember my cashier. Take me what you have. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there.
In my hand.
Yeah, you started.
Have to select the best of you. And then the difference for the output will be 17.
Ito yung ano nila yung vegetable yung ato, may tofu.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come, just come. Yes. So this is a grocery shop. You'll find lots of items here. Fresh seafood. Come, let's. Oh, bone, lots of variety of items.
Hindi ako na nga yun.
Mike, magdagdag tayo dito.
Okay, para finish the DVC first. One more time again for the DVC.
So we have successfully completed our shopping. This is dragon fruit. So all kinds of fruits are available.
$5.
Huh?
$5.
$5, huh?
Ito, children, bilang.
Okay, we'll see. Just a moment. So this is the Foley Asian market. We purchased some items here. So now we are waiting here. We have done some purchase here. We purchased some vegetables here, and and now we are returning home. This is a center where we come often, and we purchase some items here. Just now I purchased some items, so I'm waiting. Yeah, we got clearance to walk. We have crossed now. We can. This is Asian Seattle supermarket. This is Round Box Fitness. Bakery and cafe. So okay, friends, I was saying something. Just a minute. Yeah. So friends, I completed shopping and we purchased some items. I think we paid some $5 cash, and we are going home. So I will briefly, I talked about, yeah, let me wrap up of our conversation. I introduced myself, then I talked about my philosophy, then I shared the life in Seattle, then I shared with you about my life journey in a nutshell, then I shared about Professor M.S. 4am rule. Then I briefly talked about my brain stroke. So now I still have some time, so I want to utilize my time. Now I want to utilize my time in such a way that I can add some value for you. So here are some ideas and insights I share with you. Embrace change, embrace values, embrace technology. The only thing constant in this world is change. So it's better to change, otherwise you will be left out of the race. So learn and grow, then again learn, unlearn and relearn. This is my philosophy. And embrace technology. Technology is changing everything. Once we struggled for getting information. I used to go to far distant places to visit libraries and acquired knowledge, and I used to prepare notes. And now things have changed, that we have got lot of information. We are having a information overload. So it's a very big challenge. Lots of information is being dumped. This is a problem of plenty. This is a very challenge. And apart from this, when you embrace technology, there are some challenges like misinformation, disinformation. So lots of challenges are arising, and there is a fake information. So you have to be very careful of what you are speaking, what you are doing, and you have to cross verify the information. Then you have to act. So you have to be very careful with the technology, and technology is required. Without technology we can't grow. In the sense, now we are connected because of the technology, thanks to technology. So how can we say that technology is bad? So technology is required for social good, but if you misuse technology, then it becomes a challenge. So if bad actors enter, then they create a havoc. They become Frankensteins. So you take the information which is useful, relevant, and then you accept, cross verify the information, then move forward. Especially AI has changed the game, and 80% of the sectors will be disrupted. There is a disruption globally. Then again you have to embrace disruption. So precisely you have to embrace failures, you have to embrace change, you have to embrace disruption, you have to embrace technology. So these are all the areas we have to emphasize. These are all the things I am sharing with you. These are some ideas and insights, and I would share with you a slogan or whatever it is. Life is beautiful, life is amazing, life is a miracle, life is a gift from God, and enjoy every moment of your life. People often waste 30% of their precious time by thinking about the past, which won't come back. People think too much about the future that can't be predicted too. Third thing is, learn to live in the present. So that means enjoy every moment of your life. Especially I am sharing with you in view of the post-COVID situation, because people have realized how fragile the life is. So let us enjoy the life. So I believe in sharing my knowledge. I have 4 blocks. One is Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders. One is knowledge grows when shared, and one is where knowledge is wealth, and another thing is Professor M.S. is born for the students. So like that, I crave for knowledge, and I love sharing my knowledge. Sharing is caring. So this is a reality. So don't hoard the knowledge. Share the knowledge. Impact humankind. Enjoy every moment of your life. Life is beautiful, right? So finally I am reaching my home, and I advise everyone to emphasize character education. You must emphasize on character, you must emphasize on education. When you have education and character, you can achieve anything and everything in this world. Education is everything, right? So enjoy the journey, and learn and grow and impact humankind, and precisely emphasize character education, and achieve success with integrity. So this is briefly about the journey. Now I am living in the present and enjoying the every moment, and sharing through stories, right? So let me look at my own face. Yeah. So I reached home, and I did some shopping nearby in Seattle, and I shared with you various aspects on life and leadership. Whatever is relevant and appropriate, please take. Whatever you feel is not relevant, which is not whatever you feel is not relevant, you discard it. So I learned many things. Then again, I discarded unwanted things. So it's about life. So take only whatever is required. So the message is, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and practice gratitude with gratitude.